evening to everyone. Hi, it's a little short notice. I'm so sorry, but still, nevertheless, it's there. Hi. I have had magic today. I've been working on 0% battery since like an hour now, and luckily, it has gone from 0 to 1 to 3 to 4. Hello, everyone. It's been a long weekend, I feel. So we were due for our biomolecules, Kahoot. So I thought let's just give it a shot. What say? Are we ready? Kahoot is ready. Let me write the pin for you here as well. It is 8100208. Ta-da. And pin it. Very good evening. Not yet. Okay, so let's see if we can start it off right now. Yes, full screen, some music. I like it. Let's start. Woohoo! Biomolecules. I just hope it keeps going. Yes. So you have to identify the basic amino acid. Now, when I say basic, it's like acidic, basic, alcoholic, aromatic, ring. So not the basic, but the litmus paper basic. Very good. Lysine is the basic amino acid. Lysine and arginine, the two basic amino acids which are present in histone, the basic protein which helps in binding the DNA into a nucleosome. Wonderful. All right, let's go at it. Rohan is on the top of the one. Two functional groups which are characteristic of sugars. Sugars which are the monomers of polysaccharides. The monosaccharides, the disaccharides, the polysaccharides. The monomers of carbohydrates. Very easy one. It's the carbonyl and the hydroxyl group. We have a polyhydroxyaldehyde or a polyhydroxyketone which acts as a sugar. We have ketose and aldose sugar. Ketose sugar, your fructose, your aldose sugar, your glucose. All right. A typical fat molecule. Fat is a lipid. We have different kinds of lipids. Simple lipid, a fatty acid is a simple lipid. A glycerol is a simple lipid. An oil is a simple lipid. Fats are also simple lipid. They are typically dash in nature. They are triglycerides. Glycerol with 3 fatty acids. So we have 1 glycerol and 3 fatty acids. Oh, it's a lot of up and down. Uridine present only in RNA. So I hope you know we have uracil, we have uridine, we have uridylic acid. What are these? Very good. Cytosine plus sugar is cytidine. Uracil plus sugar is uridine. And nitrogenous base plus sugar is none other than a nucleoside. Wonderful. तो सिर्फ पिरामिडीन नहीं है वो. Wonderful. Zishan, Kanish, Katie, SP, Dipali. Which one of the following biomolecules is correctly characterized? That means the description of the molecule is exactly same to what it actually is or where it is present as a biomolecule. I hope you're able to see the screen and the options correctly. Wait, I'll just change where I am present right now. Okay, I'll just squeeze in a little at the top. All right. Back to where we were. Full screen. Next. So Kanishk is at the top now. Baba. So 98% of the mass of the living organism is just 6 elements, including carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, and nitrogen. Carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, and dash and dash. And now this is basically the percentage comparison of the elements which are present or the minerals which are present in the earth crust and human body. So which has a more percentage composition, has a more relevance in the body. Very good. It's phosphorus and sulfur. There are many people who mark calcium and phosphorus, but then again, as per the percentage chart, we have to find the right answer. Okay. Which of the following is the simplest amino acid? We know amino acids are substituted methanes. We have an alkyl group, we have a carboxylic and a amino group and a hydrogen attached to the same carbon. So what makes an amino acid the simplest amino acid? That the alkyl group is nothing but just a single hydrogen, and that is in glycine. Wow, 95% of you have given the right answer. Cool. The major role of minor elements inside living organisms is to act as minor elements like manganese, minor elements like boron, nickel. ये जो छोटे छोटे से elements हैं, especially in a plant body, what role do they play? The building blocks, binders, constituents, or cofactors. They're cofactors of enzymes. All right. Lipids are insoluble in water because lipid molecules are. What's the property of lipid molecules? Why don't they dissolve in water? What makes them insoluble? Why are they so scared of water? Because they are hydrophobic. They are scared of water. It was just basic. Which fatty acid is most unsaturated? So we've spoken about fatty acid. It's a simple lipid. It can be saturated, it can be unsaturated. All that we have read are carbon 18 fatty acids except palmitic acid, which is 16, and arachidonic acid, which is 20. So palmitic acid is a saturated fatty acid. We're talking about an unsaturated fatty acid, a polyunsaturated fatty acid, which is none other than arachidonic acid, the C20. Very good. See, Katie and Kanishk have something going up and down now. Which amongst the following is an essential amino acid? Is it aspartic acid? Is it serine? Is it glycine? Is it valine? Which one is it? It's phenylalanine. Very good. So Katie's got a streak. Highest streak of 11. 11 questions are correct. Wow, Katie. Which are the most diverse molecules in the cell? That means they can be of different kinds. Many different kinds. It's proteins, beta. Many different kinds. Mineral salts can be only the ones which can be used in the body, and they're not all known elements. Limited. Only in the periodic table. Proteins can have innumerable combinations. Innumerable combinations. The 4 elements that make up 99% of all the elements found in a living system are. We just talked about 6, which were the main 4. Easy one. I kept a googly easy inside. It's carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen. Just that it didn't start from carbon doesn't mean that it's not right. Very good, all the right ones. Amino acids are mostly synthesized from. How are amino acids formed? Especially if we have a fair idea of nitrogen metabolism in plants. After nitrogen fixation, we have transamination, we have reductive amination, which helps in the synthesis of amino acids from amine. And it is mostly synthesized from transferring the amino group to an alpha ketoglutarate acid, organic acid. A living cell may be made up of 60% or 95% of water, depends upon the cell, the body, the organism, the species, the kingdom, the phylum. What's the percentage of water in human body? I have a strong gut feeling that this time from biomolecules, the percentage composition table will have a very, very, very high prevalence of question. It's 60 to 70% water. Very good. We don't have 75 to 80% water. We have 65 to 70% water in our body. All right. Katie, all correct. I'm impressed. When I have secondary metabolites such as nicotine, strychnine, caffeine, which are produced by plants, as we read in the chapter Organisms in Population and Interactions and Adaptations, it's specifically mentioned there that these are the secondary metabolites which are useful in defense mechanism. Even the one which is produced by calotropis, the cardiac glycoside. All right. Concavalin A. Concavalin A is a pigment, is an alkaloid, is an essential oil, is a lectin. It's a secondary metabolite. Again, secondary metabolite table is super important. So the concavalin A in it is what? It's a pigment, it's an alkaloid, it's an essential oil, it's a lectin. It's a lectin, it's a plant source. Very good. Which one of the following is the most abundant protein in the animal world? And I just said that this is what is the plant world. One of these is a plant world. Very good. Collagen is the most abundant protein in the animal world. We need to know the most abundant protein in the animal world as well as the most abundant protein in the biosphere also. Which of the following glucose transporters is insulin dependent? We know that we have proteins which can also act as transporters, like hemoglobin is a transporter of oxygen. We have GLUT transporters for glucose transport. The ones which insulin uses for transport of glucose for lowering the blood sugar level is GLUT4 as mentioned in NCRE. All right, Nikhil. All 19 question correct. I'm so proud of you. As I said, not just the most abundant in the animal world, you're supposed to do the most abundant protein in the whole biosphere also. A very typical question and a very important question. It's Rubisco, the enzyme. It's the most important protein because it's an enzyme. It's a protein in the entire biosphere. Which of the following have carbohydrates as prosthetic group? When I say prosthetic group, that means it's an integral part of that biomolecule. And I hope you all know carbohydrate, which is the root word for carbohydrate, as cardiac is for heart, dash is for carbohydrate, glyco is for carbohydrate. Which one of the following statements is wrong? Uracil is a pyrimidine, glycine is sulfur-containing amino acid, sucrose is a disaccharide, cellulose is a polysaccharide. We have to find the wrong, the incorrect statement. Very good. Glycine is the simplest amino acid, but it's not the sulfur-containing amino acid. The sulfur-containing amino acids are cysteine and methionine. What is the chitinous exoskeleton of arthropods made up of? We all know that it has a common nature which is also present in the cell wall of fungi. That is chitin. And chitin is a polymer which is made up of a monomer. It's a homopolymer of an amino sugar known as N-acetyl glucosamine. Very good. 95% of you are correct. Wonderful. Which one of the following is a non-reducing carbohydrate? That means it's a non-reducing sugar. We have reducing and non-reducing sugars, right? The non-reducing end of the polysaccharide chain is the left end. The reducing end of the polysaccharide end is the right end. So what type of sugars do you see on the non-reducing end or the starting end? Very correct. Sucrose, made up of glucose and fructose. Very well done, Zishan. Now answer what exactly is chitin. We just studied it. Just studied it. First of all, the question is whether it is a carbohydrate or a protein. It's a carbohydrate. It's a nitrogen-containing polysaccharide, a homopolymer of N-acetyl glucosamine. Static board. Identify the acidic amino acid from the following. Like we had the basic amino acid, we need to know the acidic amino acid also. The one which have an extra acidic group in the alkyl chain, which will turn the litmus paper red. Very good. If I have to choose between glutamic acid and valine, I will choose glutamic acid because glutamine and asparagine are amides. Okay. Next. Which one of the following statement is correct? सही बात बतानी है. And this deals with the nitrogenous base pairing. The complementary nitrogenous base pairing feature which was established by Watson and Crick when they gave the structure of the DNA. The Shargaff rule did not tell about complementary nitrogenous base pairing. It just said the amount of purines is equal to amount of pyrimidines. Very good. Adenosine pairs with thymine with 2 hydrogen bonds. Purines and pyrimidines are equal. This was suggested by Shargaff. And this equality could be maintained only when they showed bonding amongst themselves. This was established by Watson and Crick. So you have to find a chemical which has a glycosidic bond and a chemical which has a peptide bond and in a respective order. Very good. But a glycerol does not have either of the bonds. Now उसके पास peptide bond है, now उसके पास glycosidic bond है. Glycerol is just an alcohol, it's just a lipid, simple lipid. Same way lecithin is a phospholipid. Cholesterol is also a lipid. So they don't have either glycosidic or peptide bond. They just have simple covalent bonds. It's inulin, which is a carbohydrate, which is a polymer of fructose, and insulin, which is a peptide, polypeptide, a protein-based hormone. Okay. None did wrong on the scoreboard. Which of the following is not a protein enzyme? Is it an apoenzyme? Is it a proenzyme? Is it a holoenzyme? Or is it a ribozyme? When an enzyme is not proteinaceous in nature. Very good. The correct answer is ribozyme. I'm sorry. The correct answer is ribozyme. All of you are correct. The maximum of you. Holozyme has a protein and a non-protein component. Which of the following bonds a nitrogenous base to sugar in a nucleotide? That means when the nitrogenous base is bonded to the first carbon of the sugar, the ribose or the deoxyribose sugar, the bond that is formed between the sugar and the nitrogenous base is a dash bond, whether it's a peptide, a hydrogen, a glycosidic, or an ester bond. It's a glycosidic bond. Sorry. It's a glycosidic bond. The changes are not made. Oops. Sorry. Purines found both in DNA and RNA are. So I kind of change these questions, the options, and I think I forgot to do the save the changes thing because I was in zero battery. Very good. Adenine and guanine, the purest of the relationship, AG. So probably you did them all wrong, Kanish. So what is ricin and aprin? Again, a secondary metabolite table thing. What is cellulose, a secondary metabolite, essential oil, a secondary metabolite, concavalin A, a secondary metabolite. Ricin and aprin are toxins. Wonderful. It's not an alkaloid. All right. The functional group characteristic of nucleotide other than nucleoside is. That means what sets apart a nucleoside and a nucleotide? What is different between a nucleoside and a nucleotide? It's a phosphate group. When you add a phosphate to a nucleoside, it becomes a nucleotide. धमक के बैठ गए कनिष्क बिल्कुल टॉप पे. Which of the following are not polymeric? Because of which we say they are not polymeric, yet they are a part of biomacromolecules. Anything which is a biomacromolecule or a polymer has a weight more than 10,000 daltons. But these even have less than 800 daltons and they are lipids. So we have the last and the final question of the Kahoot and Kanishk is stuck on the top. Which of the following statements is correct with reference to enzymes? Somehow I feel ऐसा तो नहीं कि मेरे Kahoots hack हो जाते हैं and you just get to be on the top whether you know or you don't know anything. Very good. A holoenzyme has a protein part which is an apoenzyme or a non-protein moiety which is called the cofactor, which can be a coenzyme, which can be a prosthetic group or can be a mineral metal ion. Wonderful. All right. Let's kind of get back to the image and तुमको मुझे result दिखाना था. Sorry, I can't go back to the image. But it's so predictable, but we'll still go with it. I'm sorry for the 3 questions, Ishan. I'm sure तुमने सही mark किए होंगे. And ये कनिष्क ने गलत marks किए होंगे. I'm 100% sure उसने गलत किए हैं. So for me this time, Katie's and Zishan, they are the toppers for the podium because जो गलत question थे उन्होंने उनको सही mark किए. Very good. I'm so proud of you and I'm not so proud of you, Kanish. Why did you do them wrong? So now we got to know that Kanish did them wrong and he hacked it. You hacked it? A very, very, very good evening. तभी you got it right ना? गलत क्वेश्चन भी तुमने सही किया, तो इसका मतलब तुमने गलत और बिल्कुल वही वाला क्वेश्चन सही किया जो आंसर सही था गलत का, ये भी नहीं कुछ और. How is that possible? हाँ मतलब ऐसा होता है ना, बंदे ने गलत क्वेश्चन अटेम्प्ट किया और उसका वो गलत हो गया तो समझ में आता है कि उसने सही आंसर मार्क किया था, गलत हो गया. यहाँ पे गलत क्वेश्चन अटेम्प्ट किया और जो ऑप्शन मैंने आंसर गलत से सही मार्क कर दिया था वही ऑप्शन मार्क किया इज अ वेरी लेस लाइकली पॉसिबिलिटी. डोंट यू थिंक सो कानिश? मिसक्लिक कनिष्क वही हो गया जहां पे आंसर गलत था, जो गलत क्वेश्चन का सही आंसर था एक्चुअली. I have to go to the root depth of this. I know, Farid, the changes did not get saved. We'll have to look into this. Seriously. Chale. So, thankfully, we have managed to get a 30% battery. Finally. Acha, okay. Only I have the right to mock Kanishk, nobody else. Right, Kanishk? So I hope you enjoyed your biomolecules. It was short, crisp, basic. Please practice more and more questions. I'm going to see you for class in another 30 minutes. Meanwhile, my laptop is going to get full charge and then we can have a good session. Yes, we'll be starting with anatomy today. So gear yourself up. We'll have a shorter session. I think 5:30 to 6:30, 1 hour. So see you in the classroom. Hasta la vista. Bye-bye.